Now, I want you guys to imagine an NFL where the more you get paid, the higher your overall is in Madden. Well, that's the exact situation we have today. Thanks to SpotRack.com, we were able to look at every quarterback's average annual salary for the upcoming NFL season. Now, the highest paid quarterback, Justin Herbert, is going to be a 99 overall. Second highest is going to be a 98. Third highest, a 97. So on and so forth. But before we see the rest of the quarterbacks, we have some super chats. At Molten Colton 6759, great name, says, "Hey CK, I love the vids. Can you make an offense of all wide receivers and a defense of all corners if possible?" I'm writing it down for Madden 24, man. We're gonna be going crazy with the videos. Those are great ideas. And then at Boston Weirdo 9236 says, "Do a defense of corners, please, or a team of divisions so you spin a wheel, say NFC South, and pick players from that division." Both great ideas. You guys had similar ideas. We're gonna do that one, and I also like the spin the wheel one, man. Thank you so much for the donations. Back to the video. So obviously Herbert is number one at $52.5 million, highest paid QB in the league. In second place at a whopping $52 million is Lamar Jackson, who's now a 98 overall. In third place we have Jalen Hurts at $51 million. He's now a 97. Coming in fourth we have Dangerous Wilson at $48.5 million. He's now a 96. Before we get any further, I got a couple notes I should let you know about. Okay, we're only counting starting quarterbacks. Also, 90 plus overalls got X Factor, 80 plus overalls got Superstar, everyone else got Star. We continue with the fifth highest paid quarterback, Kyler Murray, at $46.1 million. He's now a 95 for the Cardinals. Coming in sixth, we have Deshaun Watson at $46 million. He's now a 94. Going by average annual salary, we have Patrick Mahomes coming in seventh at $45 million. He's down to a 93. Right behind him, we have Josh Allen at $43 million. He's now a 92. And then we have a three-way tie for ninth place. Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, and Matthew Stafford, all with an average salary of $40 million. They are all a 91 overall in this video. We have another tie right behind them. Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr, both making $37.5 million. Both are gonna be a 90 overall in this one. In 11th place, we have Kirk Cousins making $35 million. He's now an 89 superstar. Jared Goff in 12th, he's making $33.5 million. He's an 88 overall. In 13th place, we have Ryan Tannehill making $29.5 million. He's an 87. And then we have Geno with an average salary of $25 million. He's now an 86. Jimmy Garoppolo with $24.25 million. The last of the quarterbacks with an average salary above $14 million. He is now an 85 with abilities. For our next QB, we have to drop 11 M's. Jordan Love with $13.5 million is now an 84. Bryce Young with an average salary of $9.48 million is now an 83 overall for the Panthers. His average salary is higher than Trevor Lawrence's, who was at $9.1 million, and now he's an 82 overall. We have another rookie, CJ Stroud, at $9.069 million. He's an 81 overall. And this is the biggest drop-off of the video. Joe Burr making $9.047 mil. He is now an 80 overall. Our third rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson, at $8.5 million. He's a 79. Tua drops down to a 78 overall. He's next in line, making $7.5 million. Next up, we have Justin Fields at $4.7 million. He's a 77 now. Baker actually improves his overall. He's making $4 million, and now he's a 76. Mac Jones right behind him, making $3.89 million. He's a 75. After that, we have Kenny Pickett making $3.51 million. He's now a 74. Desmond Ridder right behind him, making $1.34 million. He's now a 73. Sam Howell, the starter for the Commanders, making $1 million. He's now a 72. But the lowest paid starting quarterback is Brock Purdy, making $934,000. He is now a 71 overall. So every team is getting what they paid for. Who's gonna benefit the most and who's gonna suffer the most, man? Let me know your predictions. Which teams are meeting up in the Super Bowl? Hit that like button, or else else your team will be nowhere near the playoffs. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Plenty more Madden content. Madden 24 is right around the corner, so don't miss out by not subscribing. Burrow at an 80 overall still helps the Bengals get the 1 seed. Raiders end up second. Browns, Titans, Broncos, Chiefs, and Bills. So the second highest paid quarterback, Lamar, and the highest paid quarterback, Justin Herbert, both missed out on the playoffs. Rodgers was top 10. He didn't make it. But most of the top 10 to 15 were in the NFC. So a lot of these teams are not surprising. Dak and the Cowboys get the 1 seed. Purdy helps the Niners get the 2 seed, even though he was the lowest overall. Packers, Falcons, Vikings, Saints, and Lions all make it. Jalen and the Eagles missed out, even though he was a 97. Daniel Jones had a top 10 rating. His Giants missed out. Kyler was the 5th highest overall, and his Cardinals go 3-14. Gonna go in order, looking at all of their stats. Highest overall was Herbert. He had a great season. Lamar did his thing, threw a little bit too many interceptions, but you know he made up for it with 10 rushing touchdowns. Hurts had a good season. I don't know what the problem was with this team, to be honest. Added 9 touchdowns on the ground. Russell Wilson turned back the clock, looking like a prime Russell. 35 touchdowns, only 9 picks. Our 95 overall, Kyler, had 34 touchdowns, 15 picks. Not the best completion percentage. Was also expecting more rushing touchdowns. Watson with 43 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, only 5 picks. Dominant season for him. Mahomes still did his thing, even though his overall was nerfed. Allen with a decent season, 31 touchdowns, added 6 more on the ground. Dak with almost 50 touchdowns, 5,200 yards. Holy, what a season for him. Daniel Jones, nasty season as well, 38 touchdowns. Stafford, 41 touchdowns. Most of these teams, if not all of them, are happy with the production. Okay, the Jets, they were hoping for, you know, a prime Rodgers. He was only a 90, so you weren't getting prime Rodgers, but that's still a pretty decent season. Carr with a really good season, 33 touchdowns. Cousins with a pretty solid season, threw for a lot of yards. Goff, 34 touchdowns, 12 picks. So far, almost every quarterback, if not every single one, has had a good stat line. Tannehill, 38 touchdowns. Geno with a decent season. Jimmy G dominated, 37 touchdowns, 8 picks, 4,700 yards. Jordan Love, another nice season. Bryce Young, everyone was balling. I mean, I have not seen one bad stat line. You could argue a little too many interceptions for Lawrence, but they're all throwing for a lot of yards. They're all throwing for a lot of touchdowns. Stroud did his thing. Burrow with 44 touchdowns, only 14 picks, had the most passing yards, 5,400, and he started as an A overall, people, man. You cannot nerf him, no matter how much you try. Richardson, Tua, both with pretty decent seasons. Tua probably could have thrown less interceptions, I'm not gonna lie, or more touchdowns, one of the two. Fields threw way too many picks, 20 INTs, but you gotta remember, this is where, you know, they all had star, you know, in the 70s, you know, but hey, Baker made the most of it, 5,000 yards, 36 touchdowns. Mac Jones took care of the football, only 11 picks. Pickett threw a little too many INTs, but had a nice amount of yards. Ooh, Desmond Ridder, 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns. Nice season from him. Sam Howell, 41 touchdowns, only 9 picks. He started at a 72. And then Brock Purdy, just dirty. 38 touchdowns, only 8 INTs. Here are the league leaders in every category. Burrow, Prescott, Ridder, Watson, and Mayfield in terms of yards. Then Dak, Joey B, Watson, Howell, and Stafford, along with Mahomes, all had 40-plus touchdowns. Henry led the way in rushing. Taylor, Jacobs, Chubb, and Najee right behind him. And then Jacobs with 27 rushing touchdowns leads everybody. JT, Harris, Pollard, and Mixon rounding out the top 5. Cooper Kupp, 2,400 receiving yards. This man needs to be nerfed, man. Like, what is going on? Every single sim at least have some variety. 140 receptions. Like, it's not even close. It should be penciled in to have this man get best wide receiver every single sim. Ernest Jones had the most tackles, but 22 sacks from Aaron Donald, Brian Burns, Crosby, Mack, and Watt, along with Garrett and Bosa, round out the top 5. Dak Prescott wins MVP. Hurts was right behind him. Jefferson, Watson, Burrow. OPOI goes to Jacobs. DPOI goes to Mac in the AFC. Donald gets DPOI in the NFC, and his teammate Cup gets OPOI. Here's a look at our playoff bracket. The top 3 highest paid quarterbacks did not make it to the postseason. So the highest overall is Dangerous Wilson and his Broncos. Lowest overall is Brock Purdy, dead last in terms of average salary. The Raiders took care of Mahomes and the Chiefs. Lions beat the Niners. Broncos take care of the Titans. Packers lose to the Saints. The Bills squeak by the Browns. And ATL takes care of the Vikings. And then the Broncos lose to the Bengals. Cowboys beat the Lions. Bills beat the Raiders. And the Falcons lose to the Saints. So we have the 20th highest paid quarterback, Burrow, taking on the 8th highest paid quarterback, Josh Allen. And then on the other side, we have Dak Prescott, tied for the 9th highest paid quarterback, taking on Derek Carr, tied for the 10th highest paid quarterback. Let's take a look at both of these teams on their first possession. Saints with the football to begin the game. Kamara up the gut, shotgun on second down. Here comes the blitz from the Cowboys. Carr throws a laser.
Look at this dude.
Uh-oh, Kamara gets a nice block and he's across midfield. Let's see what they do on this 3rd and 2. 3-step drop. Good protection, another dot. MT moves the chains. Carr finds MT once again. They're inside the 10. Here we go, 3rd and goal, ginormous play. Can the Cowboys bend but not break on the opening possession? Carr gonna go to the end zone. Intercepted. What a play by the DB. And he has some blockers. Look at the hustle by Stephon Gilmore, one of the more recent additions. Carr with a nice hustle play. Olave gets the tackle, but Hooker with the huge INT. Cowboys not only find a way to prevent any points, but they are in prime position to get points of their own, starting this drive at the 13. Dak gonna find his tight end. 2nd and 1 inside the 5. Remember, no more Zeke, but they still have a very nice running back in Tony Pollard. Goal line formation. Martin with the pull. Easy first down. 1st and goal from the 1. They're going to the shotgun. Here comes the blitz from the Saints, but CeeDee Lamb with the first touchdown of the game. Crazy turn of events in just a few plays. All right, we're going to sim to the end. If it's close, we will hop back in. Saints get 3 on their next drive. Cowboys answer with a touchdown, but New Orleans gets a touchdown too. It's a close game to start the second half. Tie game heading into the 4th. Cowboys only up 1 possession. 3rd and 5. No huddle. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Man coverage. Dak gonna find CD. And that could be the game. Cowboys are using some timeouts for whatever reason. And they didn't take the 3. What is going on? We just normal simmed it. As you can see, the speed is normal. Like, what? I expected them to kick the game winner, but for some reason they didn't. I have no idea why. Saints get 3 on their first drive, but here comes Dak in this offense in the field goal range already. Here comes a blitz. He's gonna find his tight end. They keep the chains moving. A touchdown wins it for Dallas in overtime. Still want to know what happened at the end. Like, why did they not kick the 3? It doesn't matter. Dallas is going to the Super Bowl for the first time since the 90s. Time to find out who their opponent is going to be. The lowest overall QB in the Final Four, Burrow. We'll start with the ball first. Can he keep the chains moving though? On the first drive of the game, zone coverage. He's going to dump it off. Mixon going to fight for the first, but he can't get there. Now it's Josh Allen's turn. Remember, he was the 8th highest paid quarterback and the 8th highest overall. Here comes a blitz from the Bengals. Allen recognized it and throws a dot. Here we go, 3rd and 2. Big play on the first drive for the Bills. Allen gets hit as he throws it, but a wide open Dawson Knox gets them inside the 5. Not many quarterbacks can make that throw. What a find by Allen. Bills strike first in this one, thanks to Nyheim Hines up the gut. You already know the situation. If we have a 1-possession game in the final quarter, we will hop right back in. Bengals take the lead in the 2nd quarter. You cannot count them out, man. 17-14 at the start of second half. But since he's keeping them at arm's distance, Joe Burrow looks like he's headed back to the Super Bowl. Wait a minute. Yeah, the Bengals squeak by 28-31. 2 thrillers in the championship games. The Super Bowl should be more the same. And here we go in the biggest game of the season. Who's going to reign supreme? The 9th highest paid quarterback or the 20th highest paid quarterback? Burrow and the Bengals off to a phenomenal start. 35-6. This is not even close, man. I was expecting a more competitive contest. best. But Cincinnati is very happy with what they're paying Burrow, but I think he deserves a raise, okay? Thanks for watching to the end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Plenty more Madden videos to come. I'll see you on the next one.